The Karnataka government is mulling a ban on RSS events in government-owned properties in the state after Minister Priyank Kharge wrote to the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. He in fact claimed that RSS drills and slogans are negatively impacting children in the state of Karnataka. Now, the Chief Minister of the state, Mr. Siddaramaiah, has directed a study be conducted on the model that was adopted in the state of Tamil Nadu to put restrictions on the RSS. Now, the question we're asking tonight on Brass Tacks, is this a call that is based on fact, or is this merely political rhetoric that the Chief Minister and his minister are indulging in? Before we get to that, let's play out some reactions coming in from Karnataka, where the BJP seems to have taken grave offence to what the Chief Minister has said and what the IT and BT Minister has said. And also, the Congress is stoutly defending this move of not allocating or not providing government-owned land for any kind of RSS activities. Let's listen into some political reactions.
Why is RSS being given such a free run in the country? What have they done? What is their history? 100 years. They can't even say 10 things about what they have achieved, how they have served the nation, what they have done for upliftment of poverty, what they have done to preserve the constitution, what they have done to preserve the inclusivity in India. What is their history, sir? Nobody knows their history. They themselves don't know. So the current BJP crop of leaders get their entire ideology and history of RSS through WhatsApp. They've all become WhatsApp University vice chancellors.
RSS has become one with the society today. So when you say you are going to ban RSS, you are saying that you are going to try to ban an organic part of the society, which is an impossibility. This is not the first time that somebody has tried to ban the RSS. RSS has been banned multiple times earlier, and each time it has been banned, RSS has only grown in strength and come back, and the society has given it an even bigger reception and embracement. So, like I said, I'll go back to the statement of these two people, the intent of making these two statements. They're busybodies who want to actually get into the political good books of the supreme dynasty of their party. Other than this, there is no seriousness that needs to be attached to this statement.
Now, this is not the first time that such a political call has been made to ban the RSS. In fact, the RSS has been banned as many as 3 times since independence. Let's look at each of these 3 instances. First, of course, was in 1948, most infamously following the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. It was suspected that the RSS and members of the RSS were involved in the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, as well as other instances of political violence that happened in the aftermath of the Mahatma's death. Now, that ban was later lifted in about a year or so in 1949, after there were negotiations and some kind of informal conditions that were set in the negotiations that happened between RSS members and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the Home Minister of India at that time. And then the second time it was banned was in 1975, when the RSS, among a whole host of other organizations, were also banned during the emergency period under Indira Gandhi. This was for organizing protests against the government of Mrs. Gandhi. That ban lasted for a couple of years. It was later lifted in 1977 when emergency was lifted and there was a new government under Morarji Desai that came into office. And then the third and final time when it was banned was in 1992, following the Babri Masjid demolition, and a whole host of other political and socio-cultural organizations were banned across both the communities. The ban was imposed amid the communal tensions that happened and widespread protests across the length and breadth of the country. However, it was once again lifted about a year or so later in 1993 after the Justice Bari Commission found that the ban was unjustified. So 3 instances in post-independence India where such a ban has been put on the RSS. I want to play out what Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, said in response to the letter that was sent by Mr. Priyank Kharge.
RSSನವರು ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಜಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಚೀಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
All right, so the BJP seems to have taken great offense to Priyank Kharge's comments and the Congress's characterization of the RSS being some kind of anti-national entity. Now, they point to a couple of instances, or more than a couple of instances, where the RSS or its affiliate organizations have stood by the needs of the people of the country, particularly at a time of natural disasters or the time of great need that the people have faced. So, for example, in 2018, RSS volunteers assisted state and central relief forces in Kerala in the immediate rescue and relief operations that had to be undertaken. There were catastrophic floods and landslides that had happened, particularly in the district of Wayanad, where the RSS and its affiliate organizations were involved. In August of 2019, relief camps were also set up in flood-hit Sangli district in Maharashtra. Central Maharashtra was badly hit in the floods in 2019. The organization provided food packets, medical assistance through, of course, teams of doctors and medical vans. It also prepared for post-flood cleanup operations. From the announcement of the lockdown, which happened in late March 2020, the RSS mobilized volunteers across the country to help those who were affected, particularly migrant labor who had to go back to their homes, many of them by foot. More than 100,000 volunteers were engaged in relief efforts across more than 10,000 locations, particularly in the initial phases of the lockdown. And then in 2023, the RSS was involved in flood relief operations in Rajasthan. Again, it was a particularly badly flood-affected time in Rajasthan, including in the district of Rajsamand, where the state experienced very heavy rainfall as well as widespread damage and flooding. In fact, the Seva Bharati had launched extensive relief operations in Mandi and in Kulu in Himachal Pradesh, whether it's dry meals, dry rations, medical supplies to the flood-affected families. And just a few months ago, this had happened in Himachal. So their contention is this is an organization that is involved in the service of the people, particularly during calamities, natural disasters. So why ban or disallow them from using government entities or government properties, government land essentially, for hosting RSS activities? This has become a big political talking point in Karnataka. Sudha Halka is joining us. She's the spokesperson of the BJP, and Bhavya Narasimhamurthy is spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress. Bhavya, let me start with you first. I mean, the spirit of any democracy should be that no organization, howsoever extreme its ideology might be, a ban of such a political thought or such a political ideology is anathema in a democracy. As long as they're not calling for violence, there is no incitement to violence, any political ideology should be allowed to survive and thrive. And then it's up to the people to decide whether they like that ideology, whether they want to follow the ideology. What is the logic of Mr. Kharge, Mr. Priyank Kharge, writing to the Chief Minister saying disallow RSS functions on government land?
No organization or no individual is above the law of this land, right? If every other organization, including a political organization or an NGO, before they perform any of the activities in government land, government premises, whether it is a school or a college, they need to take permission. Why is it that RSS does it every morning without taking any permission? My very first point is, this is not even a registered organization. They do not even keep a record of their members. Anything goes wrong, any member does any crime, they just disown them and say, no, they don't belong here because they do not have any registration of membership. Neither is the organization itself is registered, and they do not declare their income. Where do they get their income from? How much are they spending? On what are they spending? You really think such an organization which spews venom against a religion, which only teaches how to divide this society based on caste, should be allowed to do their activities in our schools and colleges, which has been happening for a long time now? And I honestly believe this first step written by Minister Priyank Kharge will be revolutionary. Just you can see what
but
happened
under what
recently
provision
in Kerala.
of the law are
Anandu
you
Aji-
disallowing, ma'am, under what provision of the law are you disallowing an organization that has continued to exist, thrive and flourish in this country? In fact, for exactly 100 years now, this is the 100th centenary
They can
of the
always do
RSS.
that
Under
in the
what
private
provision of the
premises.
law are you saying that they will be disallowed from access to any kind of government land or government resources?
So there are 37 lakh NGOs in this country. Do you think we can allow all these NGOs to do their activities in government premises? No. They can always do. Even now, we are not banning them from doing this in their private premises. Come on, BJP ministers, whoever is tweeting in support of this, I'm sure every assembly has either the candidate or an MLA itself from BJP. Why don't they allow their premises to conduct these activities? Why do they need a government premise? Government is a public place.
Okay.
There are people from various ideologies.
Let me
We
ask
cannot
Dr.
force
Sudha
an
Halkai.
ideology on
So
children.
if you are not a political party, the RSS says it's a socio-cultural organization, then use the premises of the members of this socio-cultural organization. Why are you asking for government schools to have the shakhas or to have the
Exactly.
daily morning meetings?
They have
Why
their
should the
ministers,
state
they have their MLAs. Let them give their
be
private
giving its
premises.
resources for the functionings of a private organization? Dr. Sudha.
Very good evening, Jacob. I would like to say that Mr. Priyank Kharge should arise and awaken regarding what actually is RSS, and not only Mr. Priyank Kharge. I think all of the people in the Congress also, they should be very well versed about what RSS is. RSS was formed to come into the action of unification of the Hindus and not to divide the society among the castes. Let me correct it first. Second thing is, it is one of the largest cultural organizations, not only in India, but in the entire world. They conduct shakas in 80 countries, and the government of Finland has come up with a stamp of RSS. Okay. And now, Mr. Priyank Kharge, tell me, how much have you worked for the government schools and colleges in Karnataka? You being the district in charge minister for Kalburgi, Kalburgi stands last in all the districts in the entire Karnataka after 78 years of independence, after 50 years of rule by him and his father. Kalburgi stands last in education. 10th result, PUC result is at the last. Malnutrition, it comes first. Then per capita income of over here, it is the last. Take it crimes, it is first. Number of missing women in Kalburgi district is highest. Number of POSCO cases in Kalyana, Karnataka is highest. Why he is not concentrating on developing the infrastructures of the government schools and colleges over here, and why they are not recruiting more than 31,000 teachers, government teachers are not recruited? Why he is not concentrating on his district? He is speaking every 24 into 7 only about RSS, about BJP, about Manusmriti. Other than this, he doesn't speak anything. What work is done for the people of Karnataka? The farmers are committing suicide over here, and yesterday only a teacher has committed suicide in Malki, in one of the talukas of Kalburgi, because she has not got the payment for 3 months. That's the condition. A 10-year-old girl was brutally raped.
Okay. Bhavya, can you respond to that? I mean, it's all fine for Minister Priyank
I don't know
Kharge
if
to
we are
raise
actually
questions
discussing-
about the RSS and not give access to government land for it to conduct its morning shakas and so on. But what about his own record? His father, himself, they both have been in public life for a number of decades now. And the district that they hail from is one of the most backward in the state. I mean, across the state, as Dr. Halkai was saying, 30,000 teacher vacancies are still there. What are you doing to improve primary education in the state instead of focusing on what RSS is doing and not doing and what it's getting and what it's
My
not?
first point is instead of telling
Let
us
Bhavya
why
respond,
RSS
yeah,
should
let
be allowed. Should I speak or is it Ms.
Yes,
Sudha's
yes.
time? Okay. So my
No,
first
Bhavya,
question
speak,
is
yes.
instead of Ms. Sudha telling us why RSS should be allowed in all the schools and colleges across the state, she wants to talk about one individual who spoke against it. That is Mr. Priyank Kharge. Okay, let's come to that as well. Ma'am, please visit Kalburgi. See the universities there. See it was a one of the most backward place in Karnataka, Hyderabad, Karnataka region.
Okay.
And the development that is happening under the leadership of Khargeji and Priyank Kharge sir, you should go and witness it firsthand. And let's come back to this topic because RSS, this is not just a topic of one state or one minister. And as a rural development minister, he's taken revolutionary measures. Please visit one of the Arivu Kendras in any of the village panchayats. You will see how amazingly, a digitized library is set up so that rural youth get access to.
You will also acknowledge that the Acer reports that have come out over the years
Can we talk?
have the Acer reports that have come out over the years have shown that the level of proficiency of government school students in Karnataka is abysmally low. whether it comes to reading, writing, mathematical ability, and also infrastructure. There have been a number of cases where the teacher to student ratio is so low that there are no teachers only in certain classes. And as Dr. Halkai said,
Definitely
30,000
we
teacher
can have
vacancies
this
are there across
deca-
the state.
definitely-
What are you doing about all of that?
definitely.
Aren't
Definitely.
those
We
more
can have
pressing
giving the
and more
past 5
important
years
issues
teachers.
than
So
talking
it's
about
only
whether
been
an
2 years
organization
since
is
our
allowed or not
government
allowed
took-
from accessing
It's only
government
2 years
premises?
since our government took charge. Before that, for 5 years, it was BJP. So
Yes.
let's come back to the topic of RSS, why that should not be allowed in public premises and schools. I have one more very important point. If you had seen the recent news, Anandu Aji, a youngster from Kerala who committed suicide and alleged in his suicide note, which is public, it is on his Instagram post, saying in RSS he was sexually abused and molested since he was a 4-year-old. He's committed suicide. This is happening in RSS shakhas. And our Prime Minister, who claims himself
Okay.
to be proud to be a pracharak of RSS, has he even commented on it? He is commemorating the 100th
Okay,
year
Dr.
of
Halkai,
RSS by
I mean, this is
using the
one
stamp
individual
electorate.
case where it is a matter
One
under
individual case, there are many
investigation. I don't want to
cases.
prejudge
In
the conclusion of that
2013,
investigation.
in
But
MP, the
anyway, Dr.
education
Halkai, please
minister
respond.
said-
Please
Okay,
respond.
okay,
They are
fine.
saying
Okay, fine.
two points. One on this individual case, which she says is mired in controversy, so you have to clarify. And two, why are you not answering the question on why an entity or an organization which has nothing to do with public land or public resources, why should it be given
They
access
can
to
use
that?
private properties.
Fine. Okay, now that she's lit
Yeah,
up this
let
topic,
Dr. Halkai respond,
let me tell you. Congress government in Karnataka, in the previous time also when Mr. Siddaramaiah was there, they have given a clean sheet to more than 450 cases against the PFI. Okay? They have let 1,500 people who were accused in the
He has no
PFI
defense
let
for
go
RSS.
free. Okay? And now, this time also, all the people who were involved in the Hubli riots, they have been given a clean sheet. The people who are associated with the mob blast, that is the cooker blast in Dharmasthala, D.K. Shivkumar says they are my brothers. So these people, the person who were given a pro-Pakistani slogans in the assembly, they take ample amount of time to get the forensic reports. Then after getting the forensic reports also, they take so much of time to put him in the jail. Then again that person is on bail. The Congress government, not only in
Okay.
Karnataka, in the entire state, I'll tell, especially we are talking about Karnataka, I'll tell, they are towards the anti-nationals, anti-social elements, and they give them a clean sheet. Whereas RSS, whose ideology is Rashtra Pratham, that is nation first, and they are into Charitra Nirmal, that is, they're coming up with a cultural and the character development. They have come up with a battalion of leaders. Take it late, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, Modi ji, Ramnath Singh ji, Amit Shah ji. They have given such good leaders over here because they have built
Okay.
up the characters till years together. And what she is talking about, the Kerala case, it is under investigation. So let us not talk about it. And now,
It's not
recently,
just one case, ma'am.
recently, just let me talk. Recently, there was one program going on in Karnataka just last week, I suppose. Santosh Lad was there, and it was a government program, and a Quran was read in the government program. Prayers are namaz is prayed on the roads, and every day give permission for them to pray the namaz everywhere in the government schools, colleges, everywhere. That is good and fine. But organization which is into nation building, which has come up for the unification of Hindus, and which has done so much of surveys when it comes to the national
Okay.
disasters, you have listed out. So
Okay,
they are
we'll
against
leave it at
for
that.
anything.
I'm completely out of time. Dr. Halkai and Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, thank you for joining us. We will see how the story plays out, but this has become a big political football between the government of Mr. Siddaramaiah and the BJP RSS there in Karnataka.